This video is a short introduction and overview of the new Nexpart WHI ACES catalog, and it has a lot of new features. One of the greatest new features is the variety of ways that you can find a part. So you can look up a part by year, make, model, engine, and it allows me to quickly get to 5 different ways that I can actually find a part. I can do a traditional group subgroup lookup for this particular car, finding an air filter through group subgroup. I also have more ways to find a part. I can find part by an A to Z list, which allows me to quickly find all the parts for a car alphabetically. So for instance, if I'm just looking for all the sensors for a vehicle, I can actually type this in and find all the sensors for a vehicle. So you can see that I found all the sensors for this vehicle, even though they're across multiple groups and subgroups. I also can find recent searches for a vehicle. So I may have been working on this car for a day or two, and these are all the historical recent searches that I have done on this vehicle. So if I want to look up the water pump again, and that alternator and the spark plugs, I can actually click on recent searches and recreate that lookup without having to go look them all up again. In addition, I've got favorite jobs, where I can create jobs to find parts for a car all in one click, and it looks up all the parts for that particular job. And finally, if you want to upsell your customer, we've got a vehicle-specific inspection sheet, which is really like the Service Trend Advisor, which is what we call it, and it allows you to see the top 40 parts that are actually being replaced on that car in the last 6 months in your exact geographic area. So you can check other things on a customer's car that he may not be reporting to you, but they may be some high failure items that you may want to check and possibly repair on the customer's vehicle. In addition, we've got a great new feature called Smart Search. Smart Search is the quickest way to find parts in the industry. I can simply just type in bits of a vehicle description, and in this case I don't even have to complete my words, and just by typing in 03 Accord 02 2.4, I'm able to find an oxygen sensor for a 2.4 liter 2003 Honda Accord. I can then continue using Smart Search to find more parts for this. So as I type in water pump, I can now find the water pump for that. So Smart Search is a very fast way to find parts for the vehicle. And finally, they don't have to be in the right order. I can type in sensor Mustang 05 throttle 4.0, and now you can see I've got the 2005 Ford Mustang 4.0 liter V6 throttle position sensor suggested. Perfect. Finally, when I get to a result set, it's very easy for me to sort and filter on parts. So for instance, if I was looking for struts for this vehicle, I can actually find the struts for this vehicle and use the sorting and filtering to narrow down the result set. So if I only want the front struts, I would use the left-hand nav here to filter front. I could also only see those parts that are in stock, taking this result set from 8 down to 5. And then I can finally use sorting to sort by price, perhaps low to high. And now it's very easy for me to see that for front struts that are in stock, I see them ranging in price from about $85 up to about $136. I also can see that I've got some different options here and different part types, and I can simply click on these filters and look at one part type only. So in this case, I'm only looking at the strut and coil spring assemblies. Then I can just look at the struts themselves and then the strut assemblies. So a lot of flexibility. Finally, we allow you to see things like thumbnails, full-size images, as well as smart pages to show you extra detail about a part that the manufacturer has provided. We also give you additional details such as links to the manufacturer's website, the ability to see other parts the supplier may sell that are similar, interchanges to competitive brands, buyer's guide, and even related parts. So for instance, I can look up the stabilizer bar link from here, and it would show the stabilizer bar link as a related part. Finally, it's very easy for me to see the multiple branch availability. I can see what's in stock in my primary location versus other locations, and once I pick a location, I simply click the cart button to add it to the cart. So the new Nexpart Aces catalog is very robust in that it allows you to use Smart Search to do near instant lookups for parts. You get 5 additional ways to find parts from group, subgroup, A to Z, recent searches, favorite jobs, service trend advisor, and you get a very powerful result set that allows you to sort as well as filter your results so that way you can quickly get to the parts you want without a lot of reading.